Hi everyone, my name's Olivia Garecki. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my capstone project. For my project, I was lucky enough to do it with the teen department at the Cape May County Library System. There's 2 teen librarians in the department and they are responsible for the collection development, programming, all sorts of things like that for all 8 libraries in all 8 branches in the county library system. I work in the same library as a children's librarian with a focus on like babies, toddlers, really early literacy skills. So this was a really amazing opportunity for me to round out my youth services skills all around. So the overall goal of my project was to increase the accessibility of the teen department. So in order to accomplish this, I had 3 specific tasks that I worked on throughout the quarter. The first of these was providing captions to the teen department's existing YouTube videos. Every week, the 2 librarians film a graphic novel Monday and a teen book Tuesday, which have been amazing resources for local teens, as well as teens just looking for book recommendations online. So the 2 librarians now always add captions before they upload them. However, there were several years worth of videos that didn't have captions on them, so I was able to go back and add captions to all of these existing videos. So that was the first really important part of the project. The next component was the most fun for me. It included making different displays throughout the teen space. A lot of teens may not know where to start or maybe wouldn't feel comfortable asking for advice, so displays have proven to be a really invaluable way of showcasing the collection and sharing titles with some of those more either reluctant readers or just shy individuals. So not only that, but this is also an amazing opportunity to feature books that aren't by major authors, that aren't bestsellers, and as opposed to just being lost among the stacks. So I'm going to include a few pictures for you guys to see some of the fun ones that I made. So each one I tried to include a couple bestsellers, a couple really popular titles just to draw people in, and I also included a lot of authors and titles by authors from diverse backgrounds or different experiences than some of our local teens. So the final task of my project was where I spent most of my time, and that was the diversity audit of the teen collection. Prior to starting my project with the department, the teen librarians had built a database for each title in their collection. So my responsibility was to go through each title in the teen collection, one branch at a time, one title at a time, research the author as well as the book, and define its diverse characteristics, including racial and ethnic background, sexual orientation, gender identity, religious affiliations, in addition to whether or not the author or any character lived with a disability. A seasonal employee had begun working on this project and had finished 3 branches over the course of the summer. And as the teen librarians purchased new books, they defined the characteristics in the database. And then after enough titles had been entered, the teen department is then able to establish trends, patterns, and find areas of need within the collection. And an added benefit of participating in this task was that my familiarity with teen literature just absolutely skyrocketed. So by the end of the project, I had hoped to caption 10 existing videos, create 3 displays, and research and input the collections of 3 branches into the diversity audit database. I was able to successfully complete the captioning without a problem, and I ended up captioning close to 30 videos for the teen department. Going into the project, I knew that the displays would be my favorite part, simply because I love creating displays and highlighting the collection since I was 16 and started working in a library. What I did not realize was how these displays would allow me to connect with the teens themselves. I ended up making 6 total displays simply because titles were checked out so fast and teens often had different ideas and themes that they wanted to suggest. So just as I knew that that would be the highlight, I knew that the diversity audit would be the biggest challenge. Going into it, I was unaware of several crucial elements. First and foremost was the sheer number of teen books offered by the library. Across the 8 branches, the teen collection includes over 8,300 graphic novels, nonfiction graphic novels, biographies, nonfiction and fiction titles, all of which needed to be entered into the database. Not only that, I underestimated the amount of time required for each entry, as each title and each author had to be individually researched and inputted into the database. And additionally, I began with the second largest collection outside of the headquarters library. So that had over 950 titles. So my initial goal to complete a third of the teen collection was quite optimistic. So the major obstacles that I encountered during this project occurred primarily while working on the diversity audit. Because I had no prior knowledge of the collection size before I began, I set really unrealistic goals for myself. When it was time to submit our midterm reflection papers, I realized it was absolutely impossible for me to meet the goal with the time remaining, and I had to adjust accordingly. And it became my goal after that to finish the collection of the one library that I was working on, which was the Upper Cape Library, which I was able to successfully complete. Because I finished that collection, we were able to run some really interesting reports on the teen collection. So 79% of the publishing industry is white. In 2016, 6% of teen books published were written by Black, Latinx, and Native authors combined. So by finishing the collection audit of the upper library, combined with the 3 other branches completed by the seasonal employee, the reports that we found indicated that 11% of the teen collection was written by diverse authors. In 2017, Lee and Lowe released a study that found that about 25% of teen books published in 2016 included characters of color, gender identity, people with disabilities, and ethnic, cultural, and religious minorities, as well as those who identify as LGBTQIA. At the county library where I work and perform this project, over 35% of the teen collection featured this kind of content. So there's still a long way to go in both the publishing industry and libraries. However, this provided incredible insight into these issues. I'm very much looking forward to carrying forward what I've learned into my career as a children's librarian. I live in a community that is overwhelmingly white, making it even more important than ever to have and share diverse voices and stories. Every month, the teen librarians go to great lengths to research the titles they're ordering before they purchase them and ensure that at least a quarter of their monthly orders are from non-white, straight, or cisgender voices. Like the New York Times and Amazon bestseller lists are overwhelmed with white authors and characters, and reviewers themselves are almost always white, straight, and cisgendered. Until the publishing world catches up, librarians must perform their own due diligence and conduct research to ensure they are providing a representative and inclusive collection. At the same time, it is crucial to include diverse titles and authors in displays and reviews. Throughout this project, I learned more than I ever could have imagined and had the opportunity to connect with members of my community that I otherwise may never have even met. Thank you guys for listening, and thank you all for such an amazing quarter and time at Drexel. I wish you the best of luck, and thank you again. Bye.